Good morning, everybody. This is Miv London, and I am live from Laughing River Yoga. Actually, I'm live from my home. And I'm very glad to see you today on this sunny, beautiful morning. So today, I am going to be offering a guided loving kindness meditation. And before we start the meditation, I want to say a few words about loving kindness. So loving kindness meditation is an ancient and traditional Buddhist practice. Some of you may have heard the term metta, M-E-T-T-A, which is the Pali word for loving kindness. And the literal translation that I have heard for metta that I really like is unconditional friendliness. So loving kindness can also be thought of as unconditional friendliness. And it is considered to be one of the 4 qualities of the heart that the Buddha talked about that are called the Brahma Viharas, sometimes translated as the divine abodes, or I've also heard the translation, the 4 limitless ones. So what that means is that we have these qualities of heart that all of us have. They're intrinsic to our humanity, and they are limitless. And those 4 qualities are loving kindness, or metta, compassion, joy, and equanimity. And today we're going to be focusing on cultivating loving kindness. And the reason I brought up this idea about the 4 limitless ones is to remind you that loving kindness is a quality that already exists in your own heart. So in this meditation, we're not reaching out to something outside of ourselves, nor are we trying to create something that isn't there, but rather we're uncovering or revealing a quality of our heart that is already there, and we're cultivating it through our practice. And another reason I am offering loving kindness meditation today is because traditionally loving kindness practice is said to be, the Buddha taught it as the antidote to fear and anxiety. So I think in today's situation, living with the pandemic, we are all experiencing fear and anxiety in one way or another. I've heard it said that the virus of fear is even more contagious than the virus of corona. So this meditation is offered as a way to meet that fear in a way that hopefully can be helpful. So, as we get ready to begin, I also wanted to say that this practice of loving kindness, there are many, many different instructions, and it's one of the meditation practices that I like because it can be very creative. You don't have to rigidly follow one set of instructions. In fact, you're encouraged to experiment and to try different ways of doing it and kind of figure out what works for you. So I'm going to offer 2 different kind of modalities of practicing loving kindness, and you can feel free to do what I instruct, to do what works for you, to really make this your own. Okay, so let's get started by just finding a comfortable seat, and there's no correct posture for doing this. You could lie down if that's more comfortable. You don't have to sit in this perfect posture. You can slump. Just make yourself comfortable. And once you're comfortable, if you'd like, you can close your eyes, or you can just keep your gaze lowered, whatever feels best to you. And then just take these first moments of the practice to let your attention move into your body, just noticing the physical sensation of your body sitting or lying down. Just notice the sense of your body being supported by whatever you're sitting or lying on. Just enjoying the sensation of being able to let go of any effort on your part, let the ground support you. And feeling the weight of your body against the ground. Maybe you might enjoy taking a breath or two here. Just a nice easy breath in. And then a slow breath out. Be doing that a couple more times. And you might notice as you exhale how the exhale naturally settles your body. So you can just lean into that sense of settling. You might have a lot on your mind, and that's okay. We're not trying to get rid of your thoughts or whatever's going through your mind. Just see if it's possible to orient your attention towards your body, kind of letting the thoughts be a little bit more in the background. So for the first loving kindness practice, we're going to do a brief visualization. I invite you to bring into your mind some being for whom you naturally feel warmth, love, affection. And this can be any type of being. For many of us, it's an animal, a beloved pet, or a loved one, a child, a parent, a friend. It could be a teacher. It could be a spiritual being. It might be somebody that you admire and love whom you've never met. Just go through your memory banks and pick out a being who comes to mind for whom it's easy to feel love and affection. And just pause with this image in your mind. Maybe just imagining being in the presence of this being. If you're imagining an animal or a small child, you could imagine holding them, hugging them, feeling their warmth. Or you could imagine being face to face with this being and gazing into their eyes and feeling their loving gaze returned. Just taking a moment to let this image grow deeper, more detailed, and to begin to tune in to your heart. Just noticing if it's possible to experience the fluttering or the movement of your heart in response to being in the presence of a beloved being. And just taking that in, knowing that there's no right or wrong way to experience this practice, and it's fine if you're feeling something. It's fine if you're not feeling much, or if you're feeling numb, or if there are other emotions. Remembering that this is a practice of cultivation, that we incline our minds towards this quality of loving kindness, and we trust that the practice will bear fruit in its own time. So tuning in once more to this image of being in the presence of a beloved being. And this time noticing, as you touch in with this image, the love that's being directed towards you by this being. How this being cares about you, loves you, wishes only goodness for you. And notice if it's possible to receive this being's loving wishes. Just letting your heart open to feeling loved, feeling held, in the warm gaze of this being's love. So this might be your loving kindness meditation, just basking in the love of a being who cares about you deeply. And of course, the mind wanders off from time to time, and it's always okay to come back to this moment and start again. This is part of the practice, is coming back when your mind wanders. And if you'd like, you can come with me now and transition to another modality of offering loving kindness. And this is one that is very traditional and that many of you are familiar with. And it's the practice of offering phrases of loving kindness, starting with yourself and then branching out to offering these wishes to others. So I'm going to offer you some phrases that you can try out. And here's where your own creativity and intuition comes in. You can try out the phrases that I offer you, and you can also make up your own phrases or modify the phrases that I'm giving you. So just experimenting with silently repeating these phrases to yourself, perhaps maintaining this connection with your beloved being and imagining that the phrases are coming from this being to you if you find it hard to offer it to yourself. So just silently repeating, may I be safe and protected. May I be safe and protected. May I be held in loving kindness. May I be held in loving kindness. May I be free from fear and sorrow. May I be free from fear and sorrow. May I live with ease in the midst of change and uncertainty. May I live with ease in the midst of change and uncertainty. I'll repeat them slightly abbreviated. May I be safe. May I feel loved. May I be free from suffering. May I live with ease. So you can repeat these phrases. You can choose maybe 2 or 3 phrases that speak to you. You can use other phrases. Pausing before each phrase to gather your intention fully behind the phrase. And then pausing at the end of each phrase to receive, to let the phrase penetrate. May I be safe. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I know that I am loved. May I accept myself just as I am. Finding your set of phrases and silently letting them wash over you like gentle waves. Some find it helpful to place a hand over the heart as a way to use your loving touch to bring that sense of loving kindness to your own heart. Now, if you'd like, I invite you to begin to expand your field of loving kindness by offering it to other beings. So you might start by just inviting into your mind someone you care about, a loved one, a friend, maybe somebody that you know is struggling particularly right now. Just bringing this being into your mind's eye, extending the sense of care and love towards this being. And you can stay with this energetic, imaginary sense of offering loving kindness. And you can also offer them phrases of loving kindness. May you be safe and protected. May you be held in loving kindness. May you be free from fear and sorrow. May you live with ease in the midst of change and uncertainty. And you might begin to invite other beings into your circle, perhaps one by one, offering these wishes to beings who show up in your mind. Maybe forming a circle around you of beings that you care about and radiating your wishes out to the entire circle. May you all be safe and protected. May you all be held in loving kindness, free from suffering. And may you find ease in these times of change and uncertainty. And if you wish, you may now begin to radiate your loving kindness even wider, to encompass beings throughout the world now who are suffering, who are scared, who may be enduring sickness, loss, dire conditions. So much suffering in the world beyond our comprehension. And yet we can open our hearts and invite the light of loving kindness to shine out in all directions, to touch all of these countless lives. May all beings be safe and protected. May all beings be held in loving kindness. May all beings be free from fear, pain, and sorrow. May all beings find ease and peace amidst life's uncertainty and change. And as we approach the end of our meditation, you might just let go of any words and simply rest in the sense of openness, spaciousness in your heart and mind. Just trusting that these seeds that you have planted of cultivating loving kindness will bear fruit in their own time. Just resting in the spaciousness of your own open heart. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I wish you